In Education Matters, every Memphis Shelby County Schools third grader will retake the TCAP reading test before school ends this week. The district announcing earlier this month that third graders will retest on the language arts portion of the exam because results from the first round won't be released until the day before classes end. MSCS says the retest will help determine in a timely manner which students may need to be held back. Joining us now to talk more about what this means is Dr. Althea Green, former MSCS School Board Chair. Althea Green, glad to have you back here.
Good to be back.
All right, let's break this down. What is going on? We're hearing that taking the recap was kind of scaled back a little bit for TCAP. What's going on here?
Well, I think here's where we are, Alex, and I think it's important that parents understand that a timeline was established. Communications with third grade parents began back in November, where they met to talk to parents about the benchmarks, the progress that students need to make. Fast forward, January 2026, another parent meeting to keep parents updated, to look at benchmarks, where is your child? And then the last report card that went home identified those students who had not met that benchmark. And so parents have to understand students with 504 accommodations, students with IEPs, ESL students, they were excluded from that. And so I think scores may have come out perhaps 2 days ago. And so it's a very small percentage of students who may be impacted. It's not every third grader.
Not every third grader.
It's not every third grader.
Clear that up for sure.
Yes.
When it comes to, though, this third grade retention law, I know it raises the stakes dramatically. Is it something that's still needed, and what can it show us?
It is still needed. I think it's important, but before students leave the third grade, Alex, they should be reading. I've been working with second grade students who read like champs. And so surely by the time students are in third grade, we should be reading. But you have to understand those students who may have had a hard time this school year, intervention was available after school tutoring. Some schools had before school tutorings. And so there were many opportunities for students to take advantage of intervention and programs. But for those students who didn't make it, there's an opportunity next week for those students who didn't come to school today and enrollment is low. Some students have just checked out physically, mentally, right. They are not there. Those students will have an opportunity to reach out to schools' parents to call next week and schedule for your child to come in and retest. Those parents who don't take advantage, those students should attend the Summer Learning Academy or sign up for intervention the very next school year. Is
this fair, though, to those students, or is this just the times we live in and this is something that's imperative just to make sure they become more proficient readers?
You've heard the community crying out about student academics. Students are not reading. So I think it is important that we address it. The earlier that we deal with this problem, we won't have to worry about students graduating, reaching middle school, and they can't read. And so I think reading is important. Reading is very important. And I say to those parents, take advantage of every reading program, intervention. Take your children to the library, read to them, allow them to read with you.
As I listen to you, though, a lot of people watching and listening right now will want to know, is there any positive news, though, coming out regarding our students, especially MSCS?
There's always positive news. Students just graduated from high school. I want to shout out Whitehaven High School with the highest number of students making the highest score on ACT in the history, the number of scholarships that was given. Man, Dr. Hunter is the GOAT when it comes to staying on top. But we have other high schools who have had wonderful graduations, lots of scholarships, and our students are headed to the military. They're college bound. More students are now graduating that are career readiness. So I'm excited about Memphis Shelby County School. Good things are still going on.
Let's talk about something else that you and I have discussed many, many times on 3 at 3. The possible status of this oversight board over the MSCS school board. What are you hearing right there? How soon are we going to start hearing names who will be appointed? And is this something that's also needed or is coming one way or the other?
I would think that we would probably hear something, I would say, before the calendar year of July 1st, the next fiscal year. I still am staying on the same position, Alex. We welcome intervention. We welcome partners coming in to help with oversight, to help make sure that people complain. And so people complain, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. I really hope that the oversight board and the current elected board will be able to work together on behalf of students of Memphis Shelby County Schools.
You think there actually can be
I think it is
a
possible.
collaboration?
I do. All things are possible if you believe in God. So you know to ask me that question. I really do believe that when we sit down at the table and we have a common goal, we have a common purpose, and we keep students first, good things will happen. It's all about the children. It's not about the politics. It's not about the adults or their attitudes or their egos. It's about
But what about the role of the current school board and the superintendent as well? I mean, will they actually have a role?
I have confidence in Dr. Rod Richmond. He's doing an outstanding job. I do believe that when grown people sit down and there's no motive. Now, what we don't know are the expectations of the board that's coming. We know the role of the elected board. They have been elected by the citizens of this county. But we understand the oversight board. As I say all the time, if you really want to come in and provide intervention for the students of Memphis Shelby County Schools, bring those funds along, and we will be able to move that academic needle.
One last thing very quickly here. What is this? I've heard the speculation about Althea Green working with Memphis Police. What's happening here?
I recently graduated from the Memphis Police Department Clergy Academy. Shout out to Chief Davis and Lieutenant Holmes, over 40 plus clergy members.
Is this something brand new? Has it been around for some?
It's been around for 16 years.
Okay.
And it's something we need to spotlight and talk more about. We spent 6 weeks in class. We had to ride around with an officer for 4 hours and make calls, and I loved and I enjoyed every bit of it. You may know your community, preaching is one thing, but when you're in that squad car and you're answering calls in the zip codes around where you pastor, you really get to learn the people in your community.
So you didn't need a gun. You had your Bible.
I had the Bible. I had the Bible.
Okay.
Didn't have to have it. Interesting call. One call left me in tears, and we'll talk more about that because I'm looking forward to coming back and talking about the MPD Clergy Academy.
Maybe you and Chief C.J. Davis can
I'm
be
looking
here.
forward to joining my sister and Lieutenant Holmes to talk more about that awesome program that they provide. We talk so much when it comes to MPD. We share all the negative stories. What about the positive things that they are doing? Those are the stories that I look forward to talking about.
Let's make it happen.
We shall.
Althea Green, good to see you as always.
Thank you always.
All right.